And we're back.
Another episode of the Road Code.
Man, this is like episode 11, man. Like we're moving right along.
Keep on going.
Yep. I'm Victor. I am one of the co-hosts.
And I'm John.
And I am Gerard.
Welcome, everyone. Let's talk a little bit about Patreon, Jonathan.
Yeah. If you want to support us in this adventure of coding, you can support us by going on to patreon.com/theroadtocode and become one of our patrons. For our first tier, if you want to subscribe, you get access to a free Road to Code mug and early notifications to our YouTube videos and a yearly postcard expressing our appreciation.
That's right.
And for the second tier, you want to join that one, you get everything from tier 1. And then also, you get to be invited to be a co-host every season or every quarter and talk about tech with us.
That's right.
And for the third tier, you get all access to raw footage of the Road to Code episodes and also be a co-host and talk about tech.
That's right.
Yes.
Yeah. In fact, we're going to be releasing we've been releasing some bloopers, blunders, and funny moments from our recordings from season 1. And so I've been going back and pulling some of that out and remastering a couple of the episodes there. But yeah, I mean, we get our laughs here, and unfortunately due to time, we got to pull those out and you don't get to see those like we do. But yeah, it's kind of cool. Gerard, let's talk about more Linux.
Yes.
What are we going to be talking about in this segment of Linux?
Package managers.
Oh my goodness. That's it seems like a boring topic, but it really is a pretty exciting topic, especially when just a couple of commands do so much for you. So let's get right into it. Let's talk about what is a package manager, first of all.
Well, in the most simplest form, just programs that help you install or update other programs that have several dependencies.
So we got programs updating programs, essentially is what we got. And we shouldn't be surprised because we know that the operating system is a program, right? And we saw that when we're, looking at Windows, when you were at your hands all clammy because Jonathan was in the Windows operating system folder. So yeah, I mean, it's just a bunch of programs just doing more work for other programs. What else do we have about on the descriptions of package managers?
They are simply used. Most of them are simply used.
Yeah, they're very simple to use. I mean, depending on what you're working on, how many categories do we have that we can break them down into?
2 of them.
And those would be
operating system based and programming language based.
Yep. So, I mean, if we need to describe it in more detail, let's give the kids at home the longer explanation of what these package managers are.
The long explanation. Each package manager has a giant database of the most popular packages.
Mm-hmm.
These packages are submitted by people, just regular people wanting to make life easier for someone, basically. And then the instruction set checks for its official source to install or update a particular version. And it performs all this while downloading and installing with a simple command.
Imagine that. I mean, here you have just people people knowing that installing software is something difficult. I mean, it's not it's not a hard task, but it's a tedious task. And if you can get a one-liner to go and install a bunch of stuff for you that somebody put together, that's kind of cool.
Simplicity at its finest.
Yeah, definitely. So how many package managers do you think exists across all package managers?
A very big number. I don't know, million.
Probably a number that's bigger than we can count to in a matter of 10 years.
Probably.
Yeah, I mean, Jonathan, you want to share your screen and let's go to a website called libraries.io and let's see how many package managers they report. Libraries.io monitors 5,307,318 open source packages across 32 different package managers.
Wow.
That's a lot. That's a crazy amount. If you scroll down, I think it has different package managers that it
Oh, here we go. Yeah.
Yeah. So NPM, Jonathan, you're familiar with NPM, right?
Yeah.
You use that all the time in your development.
Basically the only one that I know. Except
and also NuGet, because we use it for Visual Studio. Yeah. I've actually used I think it's called it's not Conda, it was a different one that they don't have. Oh, PyPy. There it is. The
PyPy.
this one.
Yeah, when I did some Python, yes, did some Python development, and yeah, we did PyPy. I also did a little bit of Bower. This was before NPM kind of overtook Bower, but Bower is also another one that is used. Homebrew for the Mac.
Nice.
Yeah. So yeah, they got quite a bit of stuff here. It's kind of cool that they monitor these.
NPM has the most though.
It does.
2.2 or 32 million packages.
It does, yeah. That is the biggest one.
This kind of reminds me when I used to jailbreak iPhones.
Uh-huh.
I don't know, I didn't understand any of it when it was updating things, but it'll do update packages or whatever.
Yep.
In Cydia. It was weird. It'll do lines of code and stuff.
Yeah. So essentially what was happening was iPhone had its own package repository. Apple would maintain that database of software. But if you wanted to jailbreak the iPhone, you had to point to a different repository. So you were no longer pointing at the Apple repository. So now all your software came from this alternative repository, which jailbroke your iPhone.
Yeah.
And that's essentially what was doing. Because I remember you used to connect to your phone via SSH.
Yeah. Yeah, there was a lot of that.
Yeah. And then type in the commands and all that stuff.
Back then, whatever that was, I didn't even understand. I just followed YouTube instructions.
YouTube certified.
YouTube certified jailbreaker, iPhone jailbreaker. Can you still jailbreak iPhones? Or are they?
Yeah, I think so.
So why do we even use package managers?
Basically just installing and updating software saves time, sometimes money. Usually most of those are free, and then security.
Yeah. I mean, you already have these big companies maintaining the databases. And not only that, but if it's open source, you have people just reviewing all the code, and making sure that it's safe to run on your machine. And if there's any issues, they're going to report it. They're going to say, hey, this is not safe. Don't install this. Here's the type of malware that it's carrying and whatnot. So yeah, definitely package managers are the safest way to go and saves time and money. So let's talk about some more popular programming language package managers. What do we got on that list?
We got Python. That one comes with Conda and pip.
Yeah.
Java with Gradle and Maven.
Mm-hmm.
PHP with Composer. JavaScript with NPM and Yarn.
Yep.
And .NET with NuGet.
Yeah. So the one that I've used the most with Python was pip. That one was, I remember we always used to be installing stuff with pip. With Java, I didn't get a chance to use Gradle or Maven. I wonder if with PHP, when you're using WordPress, I wonder if it's using Composer in the back end to install packages, because it's a site and it installs more programs behind the scenes. Mm-hmm. And then JavaScript, Jonathan, you've been working with JavaScript. Sometimes I'll have you be using Yarn. Sometimes you'll go use NPM. NPM was the regular one, the first one that came out, but then Facebook created Yarn, which is basically NPM on steroids. So anything that you could do with NPM, you could do with Yarn, and I think it's less commands, or shorter commands, I should say. And then .NET has NuGet built into Visual Studio. So cool. Let's talk about some of the more popular OS package managers. What do we got for Mac?
They have Homebrew, which is the most popular, and MacPorts, which I never heard of.
MacPorts is actually maintained by Apple.
I
believe so, because I remember when I was installing Git, I read an article that said use Homebrew, don't use MacPorts, because MacPort has an old version of Git and you want a later version. Oh, I'm sorry, not Git. It was NPM. I was installing NPM and it said, don't use MacPorts, use Homebrew. It has a later version. So MacPorts is the one that's maintained by Apple, I believe. And then this is, I only knew of one for Windows. I only knew Chocolatey, but apparently there's a bunch of other ones.
Yeah, they have Night and Winget, which is the newest one with Windows 10.
Yeah. And Winget is actually officially maintained by Microsoft.
Wow.
Yeah. Wow. So I thought that's kind of cool. Came with Windows 10 and Microsoft actually.
Also, it came with Windows 10. It wasn't like something that you had to download.
It comes with Windows 10 by default if you have build 1809 or above.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. So you guys want to try it? You guys want to check it out?
Yes.
Yeah, let's do it.
Yes.
All right. Jonathan, you want to be first?
Ready.
Let's go ahead and open up any command. Just go and click on your little star and command prompt. And let's make sure that you have it installed. So just type in winget space list. Whoa.
MS Store.
Look at that. Whoa. Can you maximize your terminal, your command window? So essentially anything that has winget over on the right is what you can work with Winget. Everything else is going to go through some installer. But like say, for example, oh, you even have Python 3. Look at you.
3. Yeah, I saw that. That's cool.
Yeah. Let's see if Git has been installed by Winget, or we can update by, can we scroll up and look at Git? Git. Yeah. And it's there by Winget. So let's try to use Winget to update Git, see what we got. Oh, look at that. It's downloading something. That's kind of cool. Wow, look at this. But it didn't ask you anything. It just started installing, huh?
He's like, I got it. Don't worry.
Yeah, yeah.
Not even like, would you like to update?
Actually, they do that on purpose. Because imagine you get a new machine and you want all your tools installed again. Wouldn't it just be nice to just run a script with all these winget commands and they just automatically install with whatever defaults settings you have? So you can get everything installed, just letting it run. Nice little quick way of setting something up, you know? Let's see. What would be, oh, Gerard, let's share your screen and let's see if Putty can be upgraded by Winget. Yeah, let's run a Winget here and see what we get.
List.
Yeah, let's see what we got. That is kind of cool. I didn't know that this was installed by default. I actually learned about this recently. All right, so you may want to shrink your text just a little bit so we can see what has Winget and what doesn't. Okay, there you go. Putty, there it is.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, let's run a Winget upgrade. See if it So you have to spell it the same way.
Oh, I figured. Oh, there it is right here.
Putty.putty. Try that.
Try that. Okay.
No.
No update found.
Very, very interesting. Well,
I guess it's already updated.
no application found.
No applicable update found.
Okay. Yeah. I thought it meant application. Yeah, I guess it's the latest version. What else do you have that we can update? Let's update something. I just want to see the little numbers scroll around the screen.
WinRAR?
Yeah. So you got rarlabs.rinrar.
rarlabs.rinrar.
So you can copy that. You can highlight that and then right click on it. And that already copied it.
Oh, just right clicking it?
Yep.
Oh, cool.
And then you could do the Winget space upgrade and then space, and then anywhere on your terminal, you can right click. It could be anywhere. It doesn't have to be like on that spot.
I like being accurate.
Oh, downloading something.
Oh,
A whopping 3 megabytes.
sweet. Whoa. Successfully installed.
Sweet.
Nice.
I just like to see that little thing just go across the screen. I think that's pretty cool. Cool. So this is something I learned this week. I was doing my research on the package managers, and I was like, what? Microsoft officially has a package manager for Windows. They used to have Chocolatey. Chocolatey was a open source third-party crowd that basically created the ability to do this. So you can have Chocolatey. I wonder if you can install Chocolatey from here.
Choco lately?
Yeah.
Choco lately. Yeah, Choco lately. Yeah, I guess it won't let you install it this way. So one package manager is not going to install another package manager.
Oh,
It's so sad. So, cool. All right.
very, very interesting.
This is some pretty cool stuff, huh?
Yeah.
Blue Sherpa. What is that? Oh, is that your alien voice?
I think so.
That thing's so cool. Is that what it is? The blue Sherpa?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty
That's
sure it
cool.
is. Blue microphones, yeah. It has to be.
Yeah, more than likely. I just think it's really cool that Windows finally came up with something that is maintained by them. And actually, it's maintained by Microsoft, but others can contribute as well. So, but let's not get too caught up with the Windows command because we're here for Linux. We have a couple of package managers for Linux, and since we are using Ubuntu, which one does Ubuntu use?
Yum.
I think it could, but we actually use the other one.
APT.
Yeah, it's initials.
Advanced package tool.
You should say that in an alien voice.
Okay. Let's do helium.
Advanced package tool.
I wish I had that. Mac doesn't have fun stuff like they do on Windows. I'm jealous now. Cool. Gerard, I want to try something completely and absurdly new. The problem is that I already installed a bunch of stuff. Well, let's just go ahead and bring up your virtual machine. I think I might have already installed stuff on that terminal.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So let's go ahead and bring up your virtual box.
Virtual box.
Very cool. Let's hotkey a terminal in there.
Oh, shoot.
Is it? I think it's Alt Control T. Yeah. And then let's make that text a little bit bigger. Yeah, I think that'd be good. Yeah. So one of the first things about Linux is that it has a local copy of all packages. So it has a local database. So one of the first things that we need to do is we need to go and refresh that database.
Oh, date.
Very cool. You know what? You know why we do sudo? You know what sudo means?
Wait, don't say it. Shoot. It's not super user, is it?
It is. It's like you're doing something as a super user. So you're saying super users do apt-get update.
Nice.
Yeah.
I knew it.
You pass. All right. And so now that we've updated the database, we want to go and I love doing this. I do this just for fun because it just goes and updates all the installed packages. I just go and upgrade everything. Yeah. And if you haven't done this in a couple of days, it actually takes a little while. But I think it's kind of cool. Makes you look busy.
At all.
Yeah. You just put this on in the background at work.
Oh, yep, I should, huh?
Pretty much. There's quite a few packages there. So these packages, this is a very active community. And so these packages are actually updated every day. So you can do this every day and you can probably guarantee to get some kind of update. They're always fixing bugs. They're always, finding security vulnerabilities that they're fixing all the time. So open up another terminal, Gerard.
Okay.
And then type in top, T-O-P. And this will tell you, this is kind of like the same thing as a task manager. And it'll tell you what it's doing and what command is actually being taking up processor utilization. Wow, look at that one in the background still going, huh? So we've never ran an update on this machine.
Nope.
Yeah, you could just see the process, all the different applications in the background, changing position. And this will pretty much tell you like what's running in priority.
What is this S right here?
So, oh man, now you're really going to test me, aren't you? Okay.
Whoa.
So the PID is a process ID. So every process
Ah.
gets an ID, and then the user obviously is who launched it. The PR, the NI, I have no idea what those are. The virt is the virtual memory. So it could be swapping to the hard drive in case, like, if there's not enough memory available, what happens is that it swaps out to the hard drive and it calls it virtual memory. Oh gosh. Resource, I would imagine RES is something about resource, but I have no idea what that is. SHR, I'm thinking it's like some kind of shared resource. I'm not sure what the S is. Obviously, the percent CPU would be, if you were to look at it in a graph, you know, you got the percentage of CPU utilization being used by the process. And then your memory, total memory utilization, and then the amount of time that it's been, that process has been running, and then the actual command itself. So let's leave the top command running in the background. Move it all the way up to the upper left. Let's go and do a install some development tools in there. I think there's one called Build Essentials. And as we're running that, we can take a look at the top command and see what is taking up the resources during that time. So yeah, so if you look at the top command, you'll see that the processor isn't doing a whole lot. I mean, it's under 20% utilization still. And then, yeah, let's go and install a bunch of other stuff. Autoconfig, automake, GDB, git, libfify -dev. Look at that CPU utilization just spike up to 20%. Yeah, I mean, it's the one thing about the terminal is that it's very efficient. You know, it doesn't utilize a whole lot of resources, you know, and so you can see at the terminal level is basically just cruising along at about, I don't think I ever saw it go above 20% utilization. This is kind of cool. But yeah, I mean, you can see where we just installed a whole development environment in order to be able to run like C++ applications and be able to download the C++ files, compile them, and the whole thing. And it's like it happened in a couple of commands, you know, where normally you got to go and just install programs after programs after programs, and it just does it for you. So yeah, it's kind of cool.
Crazy.
And we learned something about Windows. Windows actually has a package manager as well, without even knowing. So it's kind of cool. With that, what do we got going on for our next episode, Gerard?
We will actually be using Backtrack and Kali Linux.
Yeah. So we're going to set up a little lab.
Yeah. For Wi-Fi hacking in our lab.
I'm actually kind of scared for this one because, yeah, we gotta be careful on this one. It could get us in trouble, but we're doing ethical hacking. What was that again? Say it again.
I was just doing the evil laugh.
We have to use that voice from now on when we're doing Wi-Fi hacking.
About hacking.
I mean, the fact that we learned all this Linux command and, learned about all the packages and stuff like that. This is the whole purpose of learning this, right? And not just to sit here at the terminal and type commands. I mean, you actually want to do something with them. And this is something that I've been wanting to get into for the longest time. There's a lot of use for this stuff, and I'm actually pretty excited for this. So we do have a spare laptop that we'll be using to do some of that hacking. And so we're going to install Kali Linux on it. And we actually have a Wi-Fi adapter that we'll be using to do some separate broadcasting and whatnot. And yeah, we're going to set up our own little lab here. We have an extra router that we're going to be using in order to avoid breaking anybody else's. And we also have my router that we can play around with as well. But yeah, I'm actually pretty excited about that. Excitingly nervous about it. And I mean,
Anonymous.
I don't even know why I'm nervous, because it's our own little lab. So, but very cool. So, if people appreciate what we're doing here, Gerard, how can they show their appreciation?
Of course, you guys can, help us out by getting 3 of us a cup of coffee by visiting buymeacupofcoffee.com/roadtocode.
Yeah, that would be greatly appreciated. And with that said, until next time.
Or you will be hacked.
Peace out.